Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Jaya Radha Vallabha Sri Radhe Jaya Radha Madhava Sri Radhe Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Stotra Sri Śrīmad Bhāgavatam Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jai Om Niti Leela Pravishta Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Stotra Sri Śrīmad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasati Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Radha Krishna Gopina Syama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Shri Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Jai Ganga Mai Ki Yamuna Mai Ki Bhakti Devi Tulsi Maharani Ki Shri Shri Gaurnitai Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Vallabh Ki Jai Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mai Ki Harinam Sankirtan Ki Grantaraj Śrīmad Bhāgavatam Ki Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Deyan Mudirayet Nasta Praeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatir sloke Bhaktir bhavati naistikim. Continue our readings from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 18. The chapter entitles The Residents of Jambudvip Offer Prayers. Text number 29. This is pro verse. So I'm going to read once and then we go forward. Hiranyepi bhagavani nivasati kurmatanum bibhranastasya tat priyatamam tanu maryama saha varsha purusai pitri ganadhipati rupadhavati mantra mimam chanujapatihi Hiranmaye. In Hiranmaya Varsha, Api, indeed, Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Nivasati, resides, Kurmatanum, the body of tortoise, Bibhrana, manifesting, Tasya, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Tat, that, Priyatamam, dearmost, Tanum, body, Aryama, the chief resident of Hiranyamaya Varsha, Saha, with, Varsha Purusai, the people of the tract of land, Pitri Ganadhipati, who is the chief of the Pitas, Upadhavati, worshipping in devotional service. Mantram, hymns, imam, this, cha, also, anujapati, chants. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation, Sukadeva Goswami continued, in Hiranmaya Varsha, the Supreme Lord Vishnu lives in the form of a tortoise, or Kurma Sarira. This most dear and beautiful form is always worshipped in devotional service by Aryama, the chief resident of Hiranmaya Varsha, along with the other inhabitants of the land. They chant the following hymns. Translation responsibly. Sukadeva Goswami continued. In Hiranmaya Varsha, the Supreme Lord, Vishnu, lives in the form of a tortoise, Kurma Sarira. This most dear and beautiful form is always worshipped here in devotional service by Aryama, the chief resident of Hiranyamaya Varsha, along with the other inhabitants of the land. They chant the following hymns. Purport. The word Priyatama, or dearmost, is very significant in this verse. Each devotee regards a particular form of the Lord as most dear. Because of an atheistic mentality, some people think that the tortoise, a boar, and a fish incarnation of the Lord are not very beautiful. They do not know that any form of the Lord is always the fully opulent personality of Godhead. Since one of his opulence is infinite beauty, all the Lord's incarnations are very beautiful and are appreciated as such by devotees. Non-devotees, however, think that the Lord Krishna's incarnations are ordinary material creatures. And therefore, they distinguish between the beautiful and the non-beautiful. A certain form of the Lord is worshipped by the particular devotee because he loves to see that form of the Lord, as stated in Brahma Samhita 5.33. Advaitam achyutam anadi ananta rupam adhyam purana purusham navayovanam cha. The very beautiful form of the Lord is always youthful. Sincere servants of the particular form of the Lord always see that form as a beautiful, and thus they engage in constant devotional service to Him. Om Ajnanatimirantasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitan Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaisnavamsha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakambitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayati girim yat kripatamaham vande Sri Gurum Dinatarinam. Hare Krishna. I'm just happen to be filling in for a devotee who's not able to travel more than 5 kilometers. So, probably saying, why is he giving so often classes? Just actually coming here and giving classes is more purification than anything else for me. It's quite... Prabhu, Hare. This camera is there. So, so we continue to hear the beautiful prayers being offered by the residents of Jambudvip. Jambudvip is divided into 9 verses, and each verses have got a chief resident, and their followers. And we have heard the beautiful prayers by different elaborate versa of Lord Shiva to Sankarshan. We also heard the prayers with the Bhadrasra versa with the Bhadrasrava offering prayers to Hayagriva. We also heard the prayers by Harivarsha, the Prahlad Maharaj, who is the chief resident to Lord Shingadev. We also heard the beautiful prayers offered by Lakshmi Devi in Ketumala Varsha to Pradyumna or Kamdev. We also heard the prayers by Ramyaka Varsha, by Vaivasvata Manu to Lord Matsyadev. Now we're moving to Hiranmaya Varsha. Yeah. If you look at this, envision these verses are. So the Bhumandala is divided into 7 islands, and then the centermost island is called Jambudvip. It's all very circle around, perfect round, and they are divided. 3 verses are on the south, 3 in north, and center, the west. Centermost is the Ilavrata Varsha where Lord Shiva is residing, and on the eastern side is the western side. The Bhadrasra Varsha is the eastern side, and the western side is Ketumala Varsha. Now we're moving towards the north, which is the Hiranmaya Varsha is the first one from towards north, and then we'll hear. The Hiranmaya Varsha, then there is Uttar Kuru Varsha and Rameka Varsha. So, who is the resident of Hiranmaya Varsha? Sorry? Aryama. Yes. Now, who's Aryama? Does anyone know? Chief of Pitris, yes. Aryama is also is 12 Adityas. Adityas are the 12 sons of Aditi. That's why they call Adityas. Now Indra is included in that. Is one of the Adityas. So Aryama would be the brother of Indra as well. Now Aryama has also, in first canto it is mentioned that when Yamaraj became Vidura, this same Aryama took over the Yamaraj's ship while Yamaraj was in the serving as a Vidura. Aryama took the position of Yamaraj for that period of absentee of the actual Yamaraj. So now he is residing in the Hiranmaya Varsha, and he is the chief resident. As Dvijapadambur said, he is also chief of the Pitas. So it's a great demigod. So now who is he offering prayers to? Kurmadev, yeah? Kurmadev. The story of Kurmadev is mentioned in the 8th canto of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. How Kurmadev appears as Kurma. Now, as we understand, the Durvasha Muni, while he was visiting Swargaloka, and he meets Indra. When he meets Indra, he offers a garland that was actually on Durvasha as a prasad to Indra, right? So Indra is riding on the elephant. So Indra neglectfully, or kind of disrespectfully, he takes the garland, however he gives it to the Airavata, the elephant. He gives that to him. And Airavata being an animal, as Prabhupada mentioned that purport, that he just took the garland and then just crossed it on his feet. So this action, Durvasa Muni, yeah, you know what Durvasa Muni is like, huh? Wow. Durvasa Muni is very easily pleased as Asutosh. He is a partial incarnation of Lord Shiva. Huh? He can be easily Asutosh. He can easily please. And just like he gave easily the mantra to Kunti Devi when she served him so nicely while he was visiting Hastinapur. And he served him so nicely, he gives this mantra that he could invoke any demigods for that matter. So, Durvasa enraged, he said he cursed the whole entire demigod race. He said, all demigods will lose the power and the beauty as a result. So, we have to be very careful. This is one of the lessons that we, offending any senior or great devotees or rishis, sages, Vaishnavas, it's quite serious. Huh? It is a design by the Lord in that way. Yes, these are the called the how to deal with the seniors, juniors. There's Maryada. There is a to be followed, a code and conduct to be followed. So, the verse said, okay, you lose the power. So what happens next? So when demigod lose the power, then what happens? Wow, that's it. That's the great opportunity. The demons just waiting for this kind of opportunities. Huh? This happens in this story. That also happens when Indra kind of neglects or offends his guru Viraspati, right? Once. So that's the opportunity for the demigod. Demigod's just waiting for this kind of opportunity. They become weak and they become, and that's it. There you go. So the demigods demons attack the demigods. As usual, demigods go to Lord Brahma, say, help, we need a help. So Lord Brahma said, okay, sorry, I can't help. Let's go to Lord Vishnu. Huh? And they pray, they offer beautiful prayers to Lord Vishnu. And then Lord Vishnu comes in the scene and tells the demigods, yes, I understand why you have come. The situation is quite grave. Huh? And he says, okay, in this instance, what you do is you make a truce with the demons, right? So they were enemies. Now Lord Vishnu is saying, make a truce, make a friendship, work together. So what's the work? Is to churn the milk ocean. From there, you'll receive Amrita. Amrita is a potion, or the drink, that having drunk that, you become very powerful. You live for very, very long period of time. In fact, the word Amrita means that he who does not never die. That's what Amrita means. But of course, there is an end, but it's a very extraordinary lengthy period. Huh? So, Lord Vishnu says, okay, from that churning, you will get Amrita, drink that, and then you will overcome this situation you are in now. So, and then he tells them, okay, what do you have to do? So you have to go to Milk Ocean. You have to bring the Mount Mandara to Milk Ocean. Use that as a churning rod. then request the Vasuki, who is the serpent, the chief of the serpents, to make a rope. So demigods and demon now, they make a truce, friendship. Now they're friends. Okay, we're going to get this nectar, but we have to do it cooperatively. We have to do it together. Not as an enemy, but we just do it together. So then, then they have to bring this mountain called Mandara Mountain, which is, I think, is in the Bhumandala. They had to bring it to the milk ocean. So this mountain is heavy and big. So when these both demons and demigods combine, they lift this mountain, but halfway through they just couldn't make it, and they just now this mountain get crushed. Again, my dear Lord Vishnu, help, huh? So of course the demigods pray, and then Lord Vishnu appears, and then he takes the whole mountain into his back of his Garuda, and then places in the milk ocean to be churned, right? Then the Vasuki comes to be as a rope or churning rod. Have you seen manual churning, actual churning? Yeah, I think most of them in India, there's churning, right? You have a big pot, and then you have a rod, and you have a rope, which is one rope, just, what do you call it? Circle around, and then they have the two things so you can just carry and churn, right? That's the release. So now snake is, the Vasuki is being used as a churning rod. Now, so first demigods, Lord Vishnu was also in the picture. He's in the demigod sides. The demons are there as well. So now demigods take the head side of the Vasuki to churn, and the demigod thinking now they are suspicious, because we're doing the work to get the nectar out of it, but at the same time they're also cautious. There can be some tricks here and there that's gonna take place. So then he said, why they go in the head side? There must be something good, because if you look at the body, the head side is more auspicious, and then it can be a positive sign, right? So they said, oh, no, you going the head side, now we're going to do the head side. And this was, of course, the Lord Vishnu's trick, just like you have a child, and you tell them, don't do that. Oh, you say, oh, I want that. If you say it that way to the child, and child thinks, if you want to get something that may not be the so palatable one, but you just say, oh, I want that one. And the child will say, oh, give me that. Similarly, so anyway, they swap now. The demigods are on the tail side, and then the demons are on the head side. Now guess what happens? After they're churning, now the snake, the whole fire comes out of the all poison things coming out of them, and demigods, I know. Anyhow, long story short, they churned so before that, so now they got the mountain, right, finally, now in the ocean. Now ocean is deep. So if you want to, you're not going to churn the whole ocean from the bottom. So what happens? If you put the mountain in the water, sunk. Again, Lord Vishnu now is taking a form of Kurmadev. Yes. What is he doing? He is lifting that mountain. He is supporting from the bottom as a Kurmadev. And now the demigods and demons can churn the milk ocean. So this is how Lord Kurmadev becomes Kurma in one of the, for this instance, right? Now, Lord Kurmadev is not only, he came for this lila, this avatar, and he winds up. Actually, he's also supporting. If you look at I was just hearing and reading some of the books of cosmology, Vedic cosmology. That was research done by Danvir Maharaj and Sadabhuta Prabhu and all those devotees. Just there, they quote, there's Kurmadev is also at the bottom of the Bhumandala, which is this big tract of land. He is there permanently. On Kurmadev, the Ananta Seish, the partial incarnation of the Lord, is residing. So Kurmadev, Ananta Seish, and on the top of the Ananta Seish is sitting the Bhumandala. So Kurmadev is supporting. So you think God is not there, God is everywhere. He creates this universe, something has to be supported. Now who's going to take place? Who's going to do this job? God, Krishna. No one else can take it. So the bottom of the Bhumandala is also Kurmadev sitting there, supporting Ananta Seish. Ananta Seish, on top of the Ananta Seish is your Bhumandala, and then the whole thing. Not only within the Bhumandala, within that universe, Lord Kurmadev is there, he's also supporting entire universe from the bottom. It says, I think they quoted Vayu Purana for that. This is on the Bhugala Bharnanam book by the saint in the Madhva line, which just gives the whole Vedic cosmology in detail with the quoting different Puranas. So it says that Kurmadev is also supporting the actual whole universe. That is, and he's there permanently supporting. So Kurma comes as a Leela avatar, doing a pastime such as churning of the ocean. Lord Kurmadev is also sitting under the Bhumandala, supporting the entire Bhumandala, the tract of land. He's also supporting the universe from the bottom. So that's so, and now here Prabhupada's purport is focused on what's the theme of the purport today? Is the beauty of the Lord. God may appear as animal, right? Now he's appearing as Kurmadev. He appears as Varahadev, sometime the Nrsimhadev, Matsya. But as in the verse itself, it says what Prabhupada says, what's the word he used? Priyatama means dearmost. And so Lord's form is full of beauty. Yes? No matter what avatara he is in, Lord is Lord. Lord comes as animal, like Varaha, aquatic as fish, or Matsya avatar, human, of course we know Krishna, Ram, and so on and so forth. He also comes as bird. Bird. Who's the as a bird? Lord Vishnu comes as a bird. Hamsa avatar. Yes. That's in 11th canto. Hamsa avatar. He comes and instructs 4 Kumaras. So Lord can take any form he wishes. He can come out of the nose if he doesn't have to take any mother's womb. He can just appear from a nose. Who's that? Varahadev. Yeah. He can come out of the pillar. There's no womb there. He's just out of pillar. So Lord does not have any restriction as such as we, as living entities or other things. But Lord is fully Swarat, independent. He can do anything he wishes to. He can take any form he wanted to, anywhere, anytime, any place. That's Lord. That's God. So beautifully. So let's look at a little bit of on the beauty side of the Lord. Every morning we chant beautiful prayer in Brahma Samhita. Venum kvanantam aravinda dalayataksham varhavatam samasitam buddhasundarangam kandarpakotikamaniya visesa sobham govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Yeah? Venum kvanantam aravinda. What is he playing? Venu. Lord plays flute. Correct? Even the flute has got different types of flute. One is called Venu, other one is Murli, Vamsi, and so on and so forth. There are quite a few of them, there are varieties. I was just doing a little quick research on what's Venus like. Actually, Srila Prabhupada gives a very beautiful description on the Venu side, in Nectar Devotion. He said, there are three kinds of flutes used by Krishna. One is called Venu. One is called Murli, and a third one is called Bamsi. That's Prabhupada said. Venu is very small. So if you see a Krishna's hand, it's small. It's about 6 inches, I think that they say. Very small, not more than 6 inches long, with 6 holes for whistling. Murli is about 18 inches long, with a hole at the end and 4 holes on the body of flute. The Bamsi flute is about 15 inches long, so Murli is longer. So next, if the first is Venu, then is the Bamsi, and then Murli. So Venum Kvananta, he's playing Venu. Aravinda Dala Ataksha. What is it? What's the words? Aravinda Dala Yataksha. Aravinda Dala is the fully blown lotus petal. Aravinda Dala. Aksha means eyes. So Lord's eyes is described as compared to a fully blown lotus petal. And what does he wear? Bharhavatam. What's Bharhavatam? Yes, peacock feather. Lord wears, Lord Krishna. This is exclusively for Krishna. I mean, it doesn't, I think, no other avatars, I mean, generally. Krishna is exclusively wears a Bharhavatam, is the peacock feather. I think there was once, there was a pastime that Lord Balaram actually he said, oh, and how come you wearing this peacock? Why not? I also wear a peacock. So he was standing with, I think it was Dhenukasura or somebody was coming, and he saw, and there was a description of Krishna wears peacock feather. As soon as he saw Balaram, he just kicked Balaram and he said, oh, and said, from today I won't wear any peacock anymore, feather anymore, because I got kicked by the, because, anyway, this is. So Krishna wears a Bharhavatam Samasitam. Now, what's the color of the Lord's body? Fresh cloud. Fresh cloud. Just about the cloud that is just about to drop the rain. That's the color of the body. Bharhavatam Samasitam, whose ornament Asita Ambuda is actually, that's, if you break that word, is tinge of hue, a blue cloud, it says in the translation by Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur. So, Sundara Angam, that's a beautiful, Sundara means beautiful, Angam means whose figure, or whose body. Kandarpa Koti. Now what's Kandarpa? Cupid. And Cupid, how many Cupid is Lord Beauty is compared to as here? Koti. Koti means 1 koti is about 100,000 is 1 koti. And then the word is Kandarpa Kotim, it's plural. So not in just 1 koti, it's many kotis. If you bring the Cupid, the most beautiful object or beautiful personality in this creation is called Cupid. If you have or millions of those, that is the beauty of the Lord Krishna. Brahmaji says, Kandarpa Koti Kamaniyam. Kamaniya means very charming beauty. Imagine, you could just imagine the most beautiful person you can imagine, you can have seen, or may it be a female or male, doesn't matter. That multiplied by hundreds of million times is the beauty of Kandarpa, or the Cupid. And Lord's beauty is compared to millions and millions. To combine them together is the Lord's beauty. Brahma says, Kandarpa Koti Kamaniyam Visesa Sobham. That is exclusive, Visesa, unique. Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami, Lord Brahma says. That is the beauty of the Lord. That is who we worship. That is the... Then in the same context, in the purport, Srila Prabhupada also quotes the verse from Brahma Samhita again. Which one is it? Advaitam achyutam anadi ananta rupam. Where's the verse? Okay. Yes. 5:33. Advaitam achyutam anadi ananta rupam. Lord Krishna is... Advaita means he who is, there is no second. Advaita. Dvaita is equals to second or two. The personality, he who has no other competitor. That's what it means. Or there's no one like him. Advaita. Of course, there's many meanings, other meanings of Advaita as well. In this context, Lord Brahma says, Krishna is Advaita, he who has no competitor, he who has no one is second to him, there is no one like him. He is Advaita. Achyuta, Krishna he never fails or he never falls down. That's Achyuta. So Lord Krishna is, what Brahma is saying, he's Advaita, he who has he's none to second, he's always the top, the best, or the Lord. Achyutam, he never falls down from his position. Achyuta means he who does not fall down from his position. We are Achyutas, because we may sometime become a demigod, one may become a Brahma, but we don't remain from that position forever. We can fall down. But Lord is Achyuta, never ever falls down from his position. Even though he may be, come as a baby in Mother Yashoda's lap, and he's scared. Mother Yashoda tells him some story. If you go to Nandagaon, on top of the temple, you go on the top of the temple in Nandagaon, and then there's Panda, they will come in a story, he tells you a story, okay, this is that place, and this is that place, and this is that. If you go to, right? And then there's one spot, they say, there's a place called How and Bilau. And this is the spot where when Krishna was always sometimes naughty, he used to say, look there, there's two demons there. Their name is How and Bilau. If you be naughty, they're going to come and beat you. Krishna used to get scared. That was the Mother Yashoda's trick to feed him. Sometimes Krishna won't eat if he doesn't eat. You know how a mother is for the babies. So even if he is in the lap of mother as a little baby and being scared by the how and below, Krishna is still supreme. He is Achyuta. He never falls down. When Putana came with the poison in her breast, did Krishna became affected? Sukadeva came in the form of cart. He was only few days old, or if not, yeah. Did Krishna not recognize the demon? Just kicked with a little fit, and then whole demon, that big demon, Sukadeva is dead. Putana comes, Krishna just sucks the bread and he takes the whole life away. Right? That is Achyuta. He may be in that form of baby. He maybe is, showing the Virata Rupa in Mahabharata, same Lord. He maybe is appearing as a kurma. The size of kurma is described in the 8th canto is 1 laksha yojana. What's laksha? 100,000. Yojana is how much? 8 miles is 1 yojana. 13 kilometers is 1 yojana. Right? So 1 laksha, the size of the kurma that appear on for supporting the churning rod, it says 1 laksha yojana. So 100,000 multiplied by 13. How much is that? 13 lakhs, 1.3 million kilometer. That's the size of the Kurmadev. So he may be in the lap of Mother Yashoda, little tiny baby. He may be in the Kurma form as that size. He is God. He is Achyuta. That is the meaning of Achyuta. He is Anadi. He who has no beginning. Ananta Rupa, he has so many millions of forms. Adhyam, he is the cause, he is the source, he is everything comes from him. That's Adhyam. Puranam, he is the oldest. Purusham, he is not a light. He is a Purusha. He is a person. Navayovanam cha. Even though he is Purana, the oldest, what is he? Navayovanam, ever youthful. When Krishna was in battlefield fighting, how old was he? 125? Yes. He had sons, grandsons, great-grandsons already. But what does he look like? Younger than Arjuna, yes, definitely would be. Arjuna was the same age as Krishna, yes. Yeah. Krishna looked like 16 years old. He always is in that age. So Brahmaji says, Navayovanam cha. Krishna is ever youthful. That is Krishna. Vede sudurlava. If you want to know Krishna, Brahma says, you study entire Vedas, you will not find him. You may not find him. Adurlava. With the studying through all the analytical Vedas and Shastra and Puranas is Durlava. He said you cannot find him. Adurlava, he says. If you are Adurlava, means opposite of Durlava. Durlava means very rare, very difficult. Adurlava means very easy. Atma Bhakto. Brahma says, how will you receive, how can you get Krishna? Not by going through the whole, if you become a devotee, then that's how you can know Krishna. Vede sudurlava adhurlava atma bhakto govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. That is Krishna. So Krishna is there is no competitor for Krishna. He is Achyuta, he is Anadi, Adi. Ananta Rupam. So, that is Krishna. Very nice. So, our God, our Krishna is beautiful. He is wonderful. He can perform so many wonderful activities. He can become a Kurmadev, he can become a Nrsingadev, he can come out of the pillars. That is God. That is our Lord we worship. So, God is everywhere. What else Prabhupada mentions in the purport? Prabhupada says, some people think that the tortoise, the boar, or fish, incarnation of the Lord, are not very beautiful. They do not know that any form of the Lord is always fully opulent personality of the Godhead. Of Godhead. Since one of his opulence is infinite beauty. The Lord incarnates a very incarnation are very beautiful and are appreciated as such by devotees. So that is that's the kind of thematic is the Lord. Prabhupada put in the purport as the Lord's beauty and opulence and power. That is Lord. So, probably end here. Any questions, comments, corrections? This pastimes of Kurmadev is taking place in the different planetary system. It's not in the earthly realm. It's in the Ksira Sagar.
About the Anantashesha,
Yeah.
is the same Anantashesha?
Do we have a mic? I think it's.
Anantashesha that is on his head is all the universe, and the pattern of this Anantashesha is the one that is on top of Kurmadev, because looks like a different Anantasheshas. Expansions of Anantasheshas.
Yes. So the question is, the Anantasesa that's holding Bhumandala and Anantasesa who's holding also universe, are they different or is that what the question is, or how does it place?
Yeah.
As far as my understanding, I was just reading this book called Bhagavad Cosmology. One of the devotees from Eco Village, they studied this. They did the whole research on this, based on the research that was done by Danvir Maharaj and the Sadhaputta Prabhu and all those collections of different. So, as I understood, because I just read it once, so I'm just maybe to be corrected. Now, Lord takes his partial incarnation is also, expansion is Ananta says, Ananta. And then there is another personality with the similar name, I think it was Ananta says as well. Now, the person who is holding the Bhumandala section, Bhumandala is those 7 islands which is divided. That land, actually, it's not just there, ends there. So that's a surface. We are in a surface.
It's a plane.
Yes. And then the depth of that land is all the way up to
The Talas.
Garbha ocean. This land we are on, this land continues all the way up to Garbhodak ocean. Not up Garbhodak ocean, of course there's Kurma and beneath. On Kurma there is Anantasesh there. That particular Anantasesh is it's a living entity empowered by the original Anantasesh, who is the son of Kadru, if I'm not wrong. So it's one of the snake. He gets empowered. He wanted to do some service in the creation, and he takes that position. And he is serving as that on top of that kurma, lifting the Bhumandala. That is my understanding. So there's another Anantasesh, of course, the original Anantasesh that holds the whole universes, but this particular Anantasesh is the partial, just like Saktavisha avatar.
Empowered.
Yeah, and I think he's son of Kadru. That's the. If I'm wrong, I'm just trying to recollect my memory. So that is yeah. This universe is such a vast things to understand. It's beyond our scope. But yeah, that is what I understood. From that, I may have to refer it again.
Because also we see Garbhodakasai Vishnu is lying down on Anantasesh as well.
Yes, in the Ksirasagara, same Anantasesh is serving as the Anantasesh where Lord Vishnu lies on it.
Yeah.
He's also expanding there as Anantasesh where Lord Garbhodakasai Vishnu is also laying in the Anantasesh, and that also expanded as the holding the universe as well. So there's multiple expansion of Anantasesh is there. Yes. And at one point, we were reading in 3rd canto of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, that same Anantasesh is also instructing 4 Kumaras on Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. As 4 Kumaras also receive the knowledge from Anantasesh, where they pass it on to Sankhayana Rishi, and then from there, the Vrihaspati and Parashar Muni also tells because Maitreya Muni is giving the parampara of how he actually received the knowledge through the parampara. So he gives, Anantasesh gave it to Kumaras, Kumara gave it to Sankhayana Muni passed on to a Vrihaspati, and I forgot another Rishi, and then there's from there, Parashar Muni gives it to Maitreya Rishi, yeah. So there's Anantasesh that also there, they're giving, speaking Bhagavatam, or glorifying, yeah.
Also, you said that Hansa Avatar instructed the Chatur Kumars.
Yes.
So the Chatur Kumars also receive knowledge from
Anantasesh. They receive from everywhere. I mean, they can get it wherever they possible. So Chatur Kumar is also sitting there. Sometimes they receive from there, sometimes they receive from Brahma, sometimes they receive from Anantasesh, sometimes they receive from Hamsa Avatar. And this is the different lila pastimes of the Lord. He comes, yes, they receive as well. Yeah, Lord is he's got a multifarious. He can he can be everywhere, and he can be in one place. That's the Lord. Yeah, any other questions, comments? Okay, Grantaraj Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki